Egotastic FunTime. Time. Give him all your money. You will find him funny. I'm finding it. I'm finding the tone, you guys. It takes a minute sometimes to get it. What's going on, everybody? You ready for some egotastic fun time? You ready to stand for fandom, to bring the light back into this world of nerdy, geeky things? Well, you've come to the right place. I'm JP. I am egotastic JP. And I'm trying to recruit you. Welcome to the Ego Army, you guys. What's up, Chris? Archmage Frey, Jesper, and yes, Jesper, I remembered Jaloja. Actually, I remembered Jaloja before the stream because you put it into the chat. I'm like, oh yeah, good idea. BRB. And so I BRB'd, and then I came right back. And Mark Wilkins, thank you for that preemptive super chat, helping to keep the lights on here at Ego headquarters, where the war room is situated. I'm like a Dama, figuring out our next move, figuring out how to keep those Cylons from assimilating the rest of the fandom into bringing them to the dark side, where they don't ever talk about anything fun. Let's talk about stuff that's fun, you guys. Lower Decks is fun. It is the most Star Trek-y, canonistic. Well, no, that's the wrong word. Canon-ish show that will ever exist ever again. Star Trek Lower Decks is obsessed with legit Star Trek canon. It is not Star Trek canon. It's a whole other to-do. It's a cartoon. It's animated with pewters and people drawing stuff, probably on pewters with those little bamboo pads that you plug into your computer. But the show is obsessed with Star Trek canon, and that is amazing. And I can't wait for more. We only got 3 more episodes. Lower Decks is not funny. The only problem with that is, yes, it is, but that's my opinion versus another opinion. Both of our opinions are correct. That's the problem. That's the problem. Lower Decks is hilarious. It lifts up the Star Trek universe, and the jokes are so sweet and absolutely amazing. But it's also true on the other side. It's not funny if you don't find it funny. Nothing wrong with that. Lord Thoth. Remember Jaloja before the stream? I was on the fence about Lower Decks, but now I am a fan. Can't wait for new episodes. Yeah, that's another thing is, like, you guys know, I really enjoyed Picard, but I wasn't, like, on the edge of my seat for the next episode. Lower Decks, I really look forward to another episode, because I know that for 22 minutes, I'm going to have a really great time in something that is absolutely formatted to be, even though it's jokes and it's animated, it's formatted to be exactly like The Next Generation. All the episodes are set up exactly like an episode of The Next Generation. It looks like The Next Generation. It feels, except for the comedy, it feels like The Next Generation. The show is horny for The Next Generation. It's the last time we're ever going to see anything like this. The last time. It'd be weird if they tried to recreate another show that was like that. I think, but it totally works in this animated format for sure. Lord Thoth. So far, I've actually laughed twice. I did like the dog, though. I thought the dog was funny. I was okay. It was a funny joke. Tindy's an Orion girl. She wanted to make a dog. She has no idea what a dog is. She has no perception of what a dog is supposed to be like. So she made a dog, but it's some crazy hell beast. It looks cute, but then, it goes off and does crazy things. And then when she actually found out what a dog is supposed to be like, she didn't like the dog. I thought that was pretty funny. It had its moments. I did like it when the dog was floating away and it was saying, "Bye, Tindy, bye, everybody." And then Boimler goes, "You knew that thing could talk, or you could talk?" And he's like, "Yeah, I didn't want it to be awkward." That was funny. No, Lower Decks, I laugh out loud at least 2 or 3 times per episode, and then most of it is just like, ha ha ha. But 2 or 3 times is better than nothing, I guess. Yeah, they got these art pads that you can plug into your computer. I think it's probably like $100 or so, and you could draw on it. And I think the company's called Bamboo. It's not made of bamboo. It's made of high tech gizmos and gadgets, but it's a flat little pad. You plug it in. I think the company's called Bamboo that makes one of the popular ones, and it allows you to draw. Allows you to draw on your pewter. Tom Casey helping to keep the lights on. Surprised how good the show is. Yeah, I knew it would be enjoyable before we saw it. I thought it would be enjoyable. I don't see how they can go wrong with a cartoon. But man, the fact that it is hardcore, obsessed with legacy 90s Star Trek canon, and it just puts it on the screen. Did you guys get the Jellicoe reference in this episode about the babysitting captain? He's like, nobody likes a Jellicoe. That was pretty funny. But it would be funny without all the canon references. But the show, that's what the show is. Having these adventures, but talking about canon stuff all the time. Sometimes, they haven't done it lately, but the first few episodes I'm like, okay, we don't need this many references to Captain Kirk and blah, 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 blah. Let's get some other stuff going on there. But of course, I get it. General audiences who say they're Star Trek fans, when they say they're Star Trek fans, they know Captain Kirk, they know Spock, they might know Picard, and that's about it. So I get it. Mark says, thanks for clearing that up, JP. Hey, I try to be as clear as I can from my point of view. We all got different points of view, so we all see things differently. Even when we're seeing the same thing, even when we agree on the same thing, we're still agreeing on something that we still see slightly in our own prism. That's why I'm like, there's so much Star Trek out there. Like, I love TNG. That's my favorite. Other people like DS9 is the best one. I'm like, no, it's not, but also, yes, it is. Because that's the Star Trek that you're living. Nobody can tell you how to enjoy the Star Trek the way that you want to enjoy it. Even if TNG is your favorite show and TNG is my favorite show, we still love it in our own ways. That's just personal to us, that no one else is going to exactly 100% get. If you do find someone that 100% actually gets your love for a thing, you make sure that person is in your life forever. Do whatever it takes. You're the best around. Nothing's gonna ever keep you down. Archmage. Other than that, I've been enjoying the later episodes more than the first couple. Yeah, I've enjoyed all the episodes, but the last few I've enjoyed more. Though I really did enjoy that second episode where Boimler and Mariner go down to that planet and had all those different alien districts, like the Klingon district. I think they had a Kazon district. They had all kinds of different. I really enjoyed that episode. I think it's because that one had legacy Star Trek canon overload, where you couldn't keep track of all the Star Trek stuff that was in it. I don't understand why cartoon is not Star Trek canon. Well, I don't consider Star Trek canon, but also I don't need it to be Star Trek canon. But who cares? If you want it to be canon, you can have it be canon. I don't need it to be canon. I'm fine with it being its own universe. I'm fine with. I think all the new Star Trek, the CBS universe Star Trek, which is definitely a different universe than the legacy Star Trek. I think all those shows are different universes, which is why CBS is going with their new slogan, Star Trek Universe, because all these different shows are different universes. The main connection I could see, and we talked about this yesterday. Did we talk about it on? No, we talked about it on Twitch, I believe. I think Picard could be connected to the TNG movie universe, not the TV show universe, the movie universe. But I definitely think that Picard is the only new Star Trek show that is connected to the Kelvin timeline. I don't think Discovery is part of the Kelvin timeline, but I'm pretty sure you can definitely make a strong case that the Picard series is part of is that prime timeline that they made up for the 2009 movie. That's a made-up term. That prime timeline, you could make an argument that came from the Picard series timeline. Same way, Mark. especially in the last couple months, I watched less and less television or movies in the last couple months because I'm on hardcore working on myself. We were talking about this on Facebook just a few minutes ago when I did a Facebook live show. I've been, for months now, I've turned inward to think about everything, my entire existence, my entire Egotastic FunTime, fandom, Star Trek, Star Wars, the Care Bears, everything. I've gone inward to figure myself out, to figure what I want to do, who I am, why I don't do the things that I should do, why I do these things that I know I shouldn't do, the way I think about things, other people, stuff on the internet, relationships, all this stuff. And I'm like, I need to be better. I want to work on myself. So I kind of step back to clear my mind and to become better. Become better. Go to the light side. Always pay attention to the dark side. Well, it depends. Toxic dark side. Nobody needs to pay attention to that. We're leaving them behind until they decide to step out into the light. And I'm like, when I come into Egotastic FunTime, when I come into a fandom conversation, when I go to the grocery store, when I meet people, if I'm not being better, then I'm bringing everything down. I want to improve fandom communities. And if I'm not being better, if I step into any of that stuff, I'm bringing that down. So I'm like, I need to be better. And right now, I did a lot of work on my mind. Now I'm stepping it up into my body. So now I'm working on my body, which FYI, you improve, you make your body healthy, you're making your mind healthy because your mind is part of your body. And I'm doing it not only to improve my life, to improve, I'll be a better version of myself, but to be a better representative of fandom, so that when I step into a fandom conversation or make a video about something or be part of a community, I'm helping to make it better as opposed to making it worse. And especially in this day and age, with a worldwide pandemic, the internet, politics, all the BS of the world, which just keeps getting more and more annoying, I guess is a good word, but hard and deadly and just toxic, and it's bringing us all down with it. Fandom, movies, video games, TV shows, comic books, that's our escape. It's supposed to be our escape from all of that so that we can get away from it, take a break, go into these magical worlds, these universes, and so that we can better deal with all that other stuff to help make things better. Now that has been all that bad, toxic stuff from all aspects of what it is to be on this planet has seeped into our escape, into our fantasy worlds, into our representations of what the world can be, what we as humanity can achieve, or also just cool zombie stuff where people are cutting, the undead's heads off. Those are fun too. That's a good escape as well. That's been seeping in, and now it's time to push it out, to lift up, to talk about the things that we like. I love this episode of Voyager. Let me go online and put out this thing. I love this, and this is why I loved it. Who else loved it? Oh, you do? What did you like about it? Cool beans. High five. Live long and prosper. Where's that gone? We can get it back. It's there. It's within our power, and I'm here to take a stand and bring you guys with me because we only can do it together and fight back and say, get out of here, real world. You don't belong in our universes, in our sci-fi and our superhero stuff. You do as, if you want to do some social commentary, bring it on. But you better have a good reason for it because, that's how we learn. We learn how to deal with the outside world from our fandom. Star Trek has always been the best with that. We're going to do it together, you guys, because you know what? I'm tired of not having fun. Life should be fun. Some way, somehow. Have fun every day. Even when things are tough, you can carve out just a little bit of time to have some sort of fun. And we're going to do that. It's going to be a fun time. JP fights for the users. That sounds like I'm fighting for druggies. I'm fighting for drug addicts. What was the quote that I heard the other day? There's only two industries or two things where people are called users. Drugs and the internet, technology. You're a technology user. You're a drug user. Everything else is like, I'm not like I'm I'm a smoothie user. No, I like smoothies. Something like that. But it's drugs and technology. That's where we're users. We stand with you, JP. Thanks. I'm recruiting everyone now. Watch Star Trek Lower Decks. You don't have to like it. If you don't like it, you don't like it. Just make sure you're not liking it for the right reasons. Like, people love Deep Space Nine. I like Deep Space Nine a lot. I don't love it, but I like it a lot. I like it a hell of a lot. But I don't love it. But that's okay. Because some people don't like TNG. They don't like Voyager. But they love Deep Space Nine. There's a different Star Trek for everybody. Especially Legacy Star Trek. That's where I live. I live in the Legacy. And now I'm thinking about it and I'm like, oh, okay, CBS Trek, which I still call it that. CBS Trek, they have 3 active Star Trek shows. And then they have Strange New Worlds on the way. I hope we never get that Section 31 show. That just sounds horrible. Don't want that at all. I think they've learned that nobody wants that, or at least not enough people want that. Picard, I really enjoyed. Lower Decks, I'm really enjoying it. Strange New Worlds will probably, I don't know, haven't seen it. I won't know until I see it. Probably will like it. Discovery, not my thing. Not into that Discovery. Though season 3 is going to be a lot better, but man, they're going to have to overcome a lot of those first 2 seasons for me to really like. I think they can win me over a little bit for that 3rd season. It's not going to erase those first 2 seasons. Except for Anson Mount. Come back anytime, Anson Mount. You're always welcome here. But that's a majority. 2 Star Trek shows that I like with the new CBS Trek and 1 that I don't. That's pretty good odds. Because it used to be just 1 show I didn't like, but now they got 3 shows. And another one on the way that sounds, we don't know, because they always say stuff that sounds good. We never know if they follow through with it. But Strange New Worlds sounds like it's going to be really good. Jaloja, Dr. Scott Giles. Archmage, I'm really glad they ended the Boimler story how they did. I was super worried they were introducing another dark and creepy. Yeah, I was worried about that too. Okay, let's talk about that. In the latest episode of Lower Decks, Much Ado About Boimler, which is a nice Shakespeare reference. I prefer Shakespeare in the original Klingon, but hey, what you gonna do? We got to take what we can get. I was worried too that they had this section. What was it? Section 9, Section 19. Anyway, the medical accident section of Starfleet, and then this evil-looking Starfleet ship shows up. I'm like, huh? What's that? They're definitely like throwing a Section 31 vibe at us. And then the evil doctor guy that's wearing the weird smock thing that he was wearing, and he was acting evil and mean and dirty. But yeah, it turns out, he was just having a bad day. The freaks ended up being on a pleasure planet, medical pleasure spa planet, having all their needs taken care of. The dude turns out to actually be really nice and all stuff. So I'm glad that they kind of tricked us. They're like, oh, here's some evil stuff in Starfleet going to happen in the Federation. And I'm like, no. And then it turned out to be all okay. So good on you, show, for playing on our fears, but then turning it around. So it made it that much more of a relief. Because I was like, oh, they haven't done this before in the show. I hope, they've been so optimistic in this show. So pro-Starfleet, pro-Federation ideas, utopian. Everybody on the show is obsessed with those ideas in a very positive way. And I'm like, oh, is that stuff going on? The bad Section 31 crap that I can't stand. Thanks a lot, Deep Space Nine. And no, it was just a thing they did so they could have a nice turn at the end. Section 13, instead of 3-1, it was 1-3. Or Section 14, Section Grapefruit. JP Division 14. Yeah, well, I think Trek can fix itself just as time. It's already started. It's already started to fix itself. Discovery is obviously headed towards the right direction, but it's never going to erase it. I don't think it'll ever be as good as the other shows that they're starting to put out, because they started off on such bad, shaky ground. They made way too many mistakes. I don't think they can ever overcome the mistakes that were made with the introduction of Discovery. District 9. Hey, Anobius, how you doing? We're doing good here. It was Division 14, not Section. Probably to avoid it on purpose. Yeah, I hope so. I'm not a fan of the idea of Section 31. Especially in the Discovery universe. Blah, gross. Especially with Philippa. Ugh. Can't stand that character. Cannot stand Philippa. I like Primetime Philippa. Primetime. I like Primetime. Well, let's clarify. Prime Timeline is not Legacy Star Trek. It's a made-up term from 2009. In order to explain where Spock came from in the 2009 Star Trek film. They weren't allowed to have any Legacy Star Trek stuff at all in that film, so they had to come up with an idea in order to make it sound like it was involved with Legacy Star Trek, but not actually say that it's not. That Spock is not the Spock from the original series. It's a different Spock. There's a infinite number of Spocks out there in the multiverse, as we know from Legacy Star Trek has taught us that. Infinite number of all these characters out there in different realities. But yeah, Section 31. Oh, but yeah, that Primetime Georgia, the first episode or two of Discovery, she would have been okay, but not that the show was good enough. But that character would be fine for Michelle Yeoh. But Empress, Philippa, never will be for that character. All right, Kevin Scott's on before teaching. Yes, Ree. I kind of want to call you Riri, but it's just Ree. JP, we got to do something really cool for Halloween. Yes, we will. Our Spock is the Spockiest. Yeah, that's true. Our Spock is the Spockiest. We haven't seen our Spock since, let me think about it. I think we haven't seen our Spock since Unification Part 1 and 2 on TNG. Is that the last time we saw Spock for reals? I think that's the last time we saw Spock. Spock wasn't in... No, he wasn't. Okay. I think that might have been it. It might be the last time we saw that fool. Back when he was getting that sweet, sweet Sarek mind meld juice off of Picard. Siphoning it off. Daddy! Spock Daddy. Number 9. I get that Yoko Ono reference. Jet Screamer. Yeah, so speaking of Halloween, which of course worldwide, not that they really celebrate it worldwide, but America-wide, Canada-wide maybe, Halloween is canceled all over the place. So we're going to be doing a big Egotastic FunTime Halloween to-do. I haven't planned it out yet, but there's still time. Over on Egotastic FunTime Twitch channel. We'll be watching stuff. We'll be talking about stuff. Maybe I'll play a scary game for a little bit, and we'll watch a bunch of scary, watch some scary movies, maybe some scary episodes of Star Trek and other stuff. We'll get it going. Whenever I find that's available. I don't know what scary movies are available on Amazon Prime, but I'm sure they got some on there, so we'll watch some of those as well. And we'll have a whole big Halloween hangout. Egotastic Halloween hangout. Boom, I even branded it. It's that easy. No, that's not Spock. Hey, Huckbone. Unless you really want it to be Spock. I enjoyed 2009 JJ and Star Trek Beyond. But yeah, I don't consider that Spock. That's alternate universe Spock. I'm fine with it being an alternate universe Spock. But no, that's the Spock from the... More than likely, that's the Spock from the Picard series timeline. Which is different. No, last Spock was TNG. Like, Legacy Canon Universe Spock is TNG. I'm David Pumpkins. But if you really want it to be the legit Spock, go ahead. It was definitely Leonard Nimoy. Yeah, I just meant Leonard. Oh yeah, we got Leonard. Yeah, not really our Spock, but it was definitely Leonard, which is a good substitute for real Spock. Any questions? I hope they do this year on Saturday Night Live because they'll probably be doing. Well, they could maybe do a little bit of studio stuff, but I hope we get a David S. Pumpkins at home uh, sketch this Halloween. Uh, the holidays are upon us, you guys. They're coming very soon. And in the world that we're living in right now, where everything's been taken away from us this year, we have nothing. We have nothing. People are, I'm excited. Everyone's excited for the holidays, which will not be normal holidays, so we have to get them any way we can. We have to make our own new versions of these holidays for 2020. And so we got to celebrate them and grab onto them as best we can. So I'm going to do my part and try to help us get together for the holidays with Egotastic FunTime. You know, do some fun stuff. Maybe I'll find some scary episodes of Star Trek. Ooh, oh, there'll be a lot of good ones. But also, I'll see what movies we got. Maybe I'll play 30 minutes of a scary game. We got a lot of stuff we can do together. And lots of chatting and communicating, commiserating, and having a good old Egotastic FunTime. Lewis Cox says, I might get Paramount Plus. If it becomes international, it is already... if it is already, I missed it. No, Paramount Plus does not exist as of yet. It will be existing early 2021. It will take over. It'll come into existence. It will take over CBS All Access. CBS All Access will be done. It'll be done, gone, disappeared by early next year. And we'll have Paramount Plus, which is going to absorb it. Have lots of new content. All the Star Trek film, Paramount films, Comedy Central, BET, MTV, Nickelodeon. It's going to have all this content on it, and it will be international. It's going to start off with Australia, the Nordic areas, and another place. But yeah, it's going international. CBS All Access would never go international. International audiences have no idea what CBS is. So it's a smart move to get rid of CBS, become Paramount Plus, which is a worldwide household name for those people around the world that live in houses. And yeah, smart move. I still don't think I'd be interested in it. Well, you know, I'd be interested in it in the respect that I am with most fringe streaming services. Most streaming services nowadays are fringe, except for the main four: Netflix, Hulu, Apple. I guess Apple. I don't care about Apple Plus, but Amazon, right? And everything else to me is fringe. So Disney Plus is fringe to me, even though it's very popular. CBS is fringe. All this stuff. I get those services when they come out with something that I'm interested in, and when that thing is done, I cancel. That's what we got to do with all these. There's too many streaming services, so you got to go in, get it, because it's not very expensive for a month or two. Get it, watch that thing that you wanted to watch, check out a couple of other things, and then cancel the hell out of it. Unless you got lots of money, do whatever you want. Star Wars Christmas Special reenactment. Okay, we'll do a script reading. Though we got to say that for Christmas. Last year, we did watch the Star Wars Christmas Special on Egotastic FunTime Twitch. Yeah, so bad it's good. Yeah, we watched it live last year on my Twitch channel. That was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. It was because we were just, you know, cracking wise the entire time together. I'm Grandpa. I'll never celebrate Hanukkah in space. But there's things to be excited about. There's things to be excited about right now. Not as many as we should be excited about because everything got pushed, everything got moved. Things just did not get filmed. I mean, we should be getting ready for the Orville Season 3 right now, but we can't do that. Thanks a lot, COVID. But we do have The Mandalorian. You guys, The Mandalorian is next month. I'm incredibly excited about The Mandalorian. It's probably the thing I'm most excited about that's coming up, you know, soon. Discovery's coming up next month. I'm I'm very interested for Discovery Season 3. I'm hopeful for it, but I wouldn't say I'm excited for it. I mean, they could take as long as they want to come out with it. I'm in no hurry. But I'm looking forward to it, but I'm not excited for it. But I am excited for The Mandalorian. I'm excited for the next 3 episodes of Lower Decks. It's so nice to have something lighthearted that holds up all the ideas of legacy Star Trek, especially 90s Star Trek. It holds up all those ideas. All these characters love the Federation. They love Starfleet. They love their departments. They love science, just like bearded Spock. They love all the ideas of the Federation. It's just comedy. It's just a comedy. Also, people that were that horny for Federation probably wouldn't work in a live-action version. It'd be like, calm down. Yeah, I like Federation too, but calm down. But it works in a cartoon. Also, we learned in this latest episode, like, it was much ado about Boimler. Boimler's, being half transported in. He's phased out. Hilarious that the transporter sound was just like super loud and non-stop when he was walking around, and they had to adjust it. Rutherford adjusted it so the sound went away, but he was still half phased in, half out. That was the A storyline. But the B storyline with Mariner and the babysitter captain, which was her old friend, was way more interesting. And then we actually learned that Mariner, she's badass. She's boots on the ground. She's just the person you want by your side. But she's been sabotaging herself because she hasn't figured herself out. So the reason, even though she'd probably be qualified to be a captain at this point, with her experience and training that she's had all these years, she sabotaged herself because she doesn't know who she is. So she's kept herself down at the ensign level because she doesn't have confidence in herself, even though she's very confident in herself. But a lot of that's a show because she can mess around. She's at lower decks. She can be, there's no pressure. But yeah, the actual pressure of bettering herself and committing to being on a career path that she's totally qualified for, she's too unsure of herself. So we kind of learned what's up with her, which was nice. I knew that was coming since the first episode, but we finally got it in episode 7. Ego is Q's cool brother. Yeah, I wish I was Q. First thing I would do is snap my fingers and be thin and amazing looking. Part of my journey that I'm on right now, you guys, I started 2 weeks ago for the physical side of bettering myself. I am now on the journey. I'm on it. I'm on the road. I'm not looking at the road. I'm not kind of walking near it. I am on it. And I have been for almost 2 weeks. I'm going to lose 100 pounds in 6 months or less. And I'm going to be chronicling my journey and having and developing, talking about what I'm doing to get it done, and we'll have special conversations on the side about that. For anyone who's interested, I'm here to pump you up, to show you what I'm doing, show you the results as they're coming in. I've already lost 11 pounds. It's not even been 2 weeks yet, and in a healthy way, a scientific way. And, we'll talk about that. Anybody that wants to join the journey, I'm there to talk it out with you, and we can help support each other. Tom Casey, $2 super chat, going to help the cause for us to stand for fandom. We are now in this together, you guys. We are now part of a movement to bring the light side back into our fandoms, to help us deal with the dark side, which is the rest of the entire world. Every aspect of reality on this planet is the dark side, and it's our fandoms, is the light side that re-energizes us and helps us find ways to see through our fandom prisms, ways to deal with that outside darkness. And so we're in it now. You guys are recruited. You're part of this. We need to come up with some uniforms. So let's start brainstorming. Uniforms, ready, go. Yeah, have to keep the lights on. Oh, we do. I'm not having the easiest time keeping the lights on in the studio right now. I'm trying to figure that out. This is the last month. This is the last month of not crying myself to, not having to cry myself to sleep every night. Next month, I'll start to cry myself to sleep every night. But right now, I don't have to worry about it. I got 2 weeks. I got 2 weeks to be in a happy place. But thank you very much, Tom Casey. Oh, Dr. Scott Giles, I'm so sorry to hear that you lost a friend to COVID recently. It's we're all starting to get affected by it now. I remember many months ago, I was like, does anybody even know anybody that has it? And now we're all kind of got people that we know that have fallen prey to it. Hey, Kevin Scott got that $2 super chat. Thank you very much. Jaloja, healthy taco time. Yeah, that's the great thing with my diet. It's not even the diet. I do intermittent fasting with a lot of scientific stuff attached to it. Very planned out stuff that I do. And it's not a diet. It's just a new lifestyle that I keep tweaking. I keep getting more and more hardcore with it because I do like, one thing. I'm like, oh God, that's so easy. Here, let me fix this real quick. It's so easy. I can do better than this. And so then I make it harder. And I'm like, oh my God, this isn't bad at all. So I'm making it harder. My goal is to whittle it down to 1 meal a day. 1 meal a day. I just got to figure that out. With the option every once, maybe I think every Tuesday I'll have 2 meals a day. But otherwise, I want to whittle it down to 1 meal a day. Every time I think I'm going to do something that's too hard, it turns out to be easy. And tacos are definitely on the list. Because I have street tacos. So I go to my local taqueria and I get street tacos, which is just corn tortillas, which are good, aren't bad for you. Meat, which is not bad for you. Onions and cilantro. A little bit of sauce. That's all they are. They're very good for you, street tacos. So a lot of my dinners end up being street tacos because they totally are fine. But really, with what I'm doing, I could technically eat what I wanted for the most part, regular human stuff, and I would still lose weight, but I want to do it hardcore. So, because I need that discipline. Discipline has been the bane of my existence my entire life. Discipline is something out of reach. Even minimum discipline of the easiest stuff, always out of reach for me. I'm done with it. So I'm catching up by being super hardcore disciplined. And I love it. And also that discipline was going to help me put out more stuff for the community here. MS Estes, JP Aloha, Friday. Keep it street, my friend. Yeah, that's right. Taking it to the streets. Step up to the streets. 3D. MS Estes, also known as Benevolent Noob. Are you going to be announcement for those of you who don't know? Oh, actually, I better look at my clock here. Okay, so I can stream for 30 more minutes because today is Friday. And as many of you who are over on the Twitch side know, Fridays are Egotastic FunTime watch party days on Twitch. We do it every Friday. Right now, we've been watching every week the latest episode of The Boys. So after I'm done with this stream, I'm going to take a 20-minute break, and then I'm going to pop up on Twitch, and we're going to continue this conversation. But also, we're going to do The Boys Season 2, Episode 5, We Gotta Go. It's the name of the episode, just aired last night. Watch party. We'll be watching the latest episode. If you, just follow me on Twitch. The link is right down below, so you can get notified every time I go live. I go live a couple times a week. We have a great time. And if you have Amazon Prime, there's a banner right below my videos on Twitch. You click on that, press a button. It connects Amazon Prime to Twitch, and you just go to my channel, and if we're doing a watch party, the thing that we're watching is right there on my page. We're watching The Boys. If you connect your Amazon Prime to Twitch, when you show up, The Boys is playing right there. and my face is right there in a little window up next to it, and we're all having a conversation and we're talking. You have full control of my volume, the show's volume, subtitles, all that stuff. You can arrange it how you like. I think right now it only works with desktops and laptops. It doesn't work with phones, but I think Twitch is working on that. So you can come hang out with us every Friday, every Thursday as well. But every Friday we're doing random watch parties. Right now it's The Boys because we got a few more episodes of The Boys every week. But we're watching movies, Star Trek. We watched Spaceballs a couple weeks ago, Stargate. We watch all that stuff every single Friday. So come aboard the love boat, Egotastic FunTime. We're waiting for you. All right, Lord Thoth, thanks for stopping by. We'll check you out later. I'm going to be around all over the internets all week. I'm going to be streaming here, streaming on Twitch, streaming on Facebook, streaming on Patreon. Also, pretty soon with Patreon, I'm going to start doing private Zoom calls to the higher tiers. I'm going to be offering a lot of Patreon and YouTube subscriber benefits. I'm restructuring everything right now because it's time to really get this movement going. I've been talking about world domination for 5 years now. We're doing it. We're doing it now. What I had to do was get my balls together, stop being so diplomatic, and just do it. Go out there and say, hey, get the hell out of my way. Egotastic FunTime's coming through, and we're taking over this entire planet. So eventually, once we start, taking over quadrants of this planet, we're going to start divvying up different areas to you guys. One of you guys, one of you is going to have to be in charge of these different areas around the world for me. So, we're going to take over China. There's going to be a lot of districts. I'm going to have to carve that place up. And, a bunch of you guys are going to be put in charge of those areas. Australia, India, 50 states, Canada. We're not going to worry about New Zealand. They got enough problems of their own, so we're just going to leave them alone, let them do their thing. But we might make that a little vacation resort for all of us. When things get too stressful in our quadrants, we'll head over to New Zealand, take a vacation once in a while. It's going to be great. Lots of sexy parties over there. Darth Maul says, my wife and kids and myself got COVID in January. Oh, sorry to hear that, but we weren't really hit hard. All my wife's uncles and cousins and family got it at her grandfather's when all came to visit before he died. Oh, yeah. We got it bad here in Tulsa after that rally back in June. I mean, we were already doing pretty bad, but man, it skyrocketed 2 weeks after that rally. Yeah, he died of natural causes, but my wife, myself, and kids never got sick. Bless you all. Avis was kind. What about the moon? Oh, the moon's off limits. We gotta wait. That's gonna be an expansion pack, Archmage. We gotta get this planet going, and then the expansion pack will be the moon. And man, that's gonna be a land grab. Because I'm not gonna make any rules for the moon. I'm just gonna put you guys, whoever wants a piece of the moon, I'm gonna put you guys all out there, and you're all gonna run. You're gonna space run across the moon, and you're just gonna start staking claims. Staking claims. Whoever gets there first gets a piece of it. Sea of Tranquility is going to be a crazy fight, you guys. Boris Johnson just said today we are at the start of the second wave. Yeah, I figured Europe and further out east they would be starting their second wave soon. I don't think in the States. I don't think I think we're still deep in our first wave. But yeah, eventually we'll get that second wave. That's why I'm going out now. It's so easy to go out and not come across anybody at all, and get your masks on, and you go to a park. There's no one there. Hang out. And the weather's really nice over here right now. So I'm like, get it all out of your system, JP, because in another month or two, it's probably gonna be another lockdown. And I'm like, okay, so I got to get some sunshine now, so that when we get locked down again, that I'll be prepared to just hang out in my little place here. Where I am in Tucson, things are not doing bad for COVID. However, the University of Arizona just asked all students to self-isolate for 2 weeks because the university is a hot spot here in town. Oh yeah, places where people gather, even if the place, the whole area is not too bad, because, I mean, think about it. You're in Tucson, right? Yeah, Tucson is spread out. People don't have to get all crammed up against each other. It's hot, which helps. But then any of those hubs will the hubs is where the problems are in those types of areas. But then, all it takes is for the people in those hubs to go home and infect somebody or somebody else, and then it spreads out. But there's lots of places where you can go and kind of live a normal life, kind of outside sometimes. You got to be safe. It doesn't work in every, places where there's people concentrated. It, of course, isn't going to work. But places where I could go walk down the street and I'll never see a single soul. So boom, go walk, go get some sunshine. Just don't go to Walmart with your nose out, running around and going up, not social distancing. What's up, James Owen? Afternoon, JP. Afternoon, James. Go west, young man, to the moon. Is the moon west though? The moon isn't north, south, east, or west. What is the moon? It's just out there. Somewhere out there. Fiverr. Papa. No, it's not pronounced Tucson. It should though. It's Tucson. But yeah, the S and the C are flipped. What's up, Howard Gleason? How you doing? Right now, for all you YouTube channel members, official channel members, we got a bunch of you here. We got Scott, Lord Thoth, Howard Gleason, Kevin, and I saw some other names up higher. I'm trying to figure out, because I want to start doing a lot of Patreon-only special stuff, but I'm trying to figure out how to incorporate that into the YouTube subscribers tiers as well, so that the stuff that I'm putting up on Patreon is also available. I'll be put on the YouTube community page. I'll be putting up links that only you guys will see to all the other extra special stuff as well. Howard Gleason. The moon is Earth adjacent. That it is. I'm just checking the clock because at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I'm moving over to Twitch, Egotastic Twitch channel. Link is down below if you are interested in joining in on all the fun that we have on Twitch with our long, in-depth conversations and our watch parties every Friday. Make sure you follow so that way you get the notification. Just make sure you follow, and then, maybe you're like, I don't know if I'm interested, but, I'll follow, and then I'll get the notification, and then one of these days, you'll get the notification and say, you know what, I'm going to check it out. And you just click on the link, and then you're there with us. Simple as that. But we have almost 1,100 followers over on Twitch, you guys. Thanks to you. Thanks to viewers like you. I don't have any free tote bags, but viewers like you are really helping it out. Scott, how you doing, Scott? Now I'm on the right account. Thanks, Dr. Scott Giles. Egotastic FunTime is fun and very comforting. We're grateful for everything you do, JP. Thank you. I got to do more. I'm not doing enough. You guys deserve so much more, and I'm trying to. I'm figuring it out. I'm figuring it out. Because we are Egotastic FunTime. We used to be Negan, now we're Egotastic FunTime. My microphone says that I'm up really high on the yeah, my volume says I'm up really high. Like if I go any higher, it'll be in the red. And I'll start crack-a-lacking. Yeah, you're never a noob when you're an Egopanion, Howard Gleason. Thanks, Zenobius. You're so right. Nerd of Anarchy. Kevin, you have the Rocket City Trash Pandas there, right? Yeah, y'all can say totes awesome. I say totes awesome. The Beaumont resident, how you been, the Beaumont? Might be me than JP. Great to see you again. You just turn that volume knob up. Negan, that's a Walking Dead reference. It's kind of an outdated reference at this point. Kind of like The Walking Dead. But don't. I want Isaac to call another Kalon's mother a toaster. Oh, we'll get it, Michael. We'll get that. Your mother is a toaster. How dare you? If you like YouTube, JP, you'll love Twitch, JP. He's even more JP'er over on Twitch. I am. We get real deep over on Twitch. We get real personal on Twitch. We hang out. On Twitch. Random Q favorite animal, cat. I'm a cat guy. I like all cats. I like big old murderous cats. I like little cats. I just I love looking at felines doing their thing. They're an enigma. They're an enigma, and they're just so graceful and like, you know, a panther, just like panthering around, climbing them trees. Go, what's up? Maybe I'll take your mouth in my mouth, and I'll bite your mouth off, and then maybe your neck is too. Come over here and put your neck in my mouth, says the panther to a person or an animal, and you just do it because you don't backtalk a panther. There are Orville baseball caps. There are not Orville baseball caps. Well, just, you know, hats like this. I don't think there are any for sale. They sell shirts. The hats were made for production crew. So I don't think there's any official. You could probably find some hats that third-party people have made without the consent of the show. But yeah, official Orville hats were just been made for production. Yeah, yesterday I was talking about stripping. That's right, Archmage Frey. I'm actually waiting for my paint stripper to show up. But I got my heavy-duty stripping pads. I got my paintbrush to apply paint stripper. And then we're going to have a big old stripping party. Well, I am by myself. I'm already went to the bank and got a bunch of singles. It's going to be great. Hey, Pranikasha Productions, what's up, Matt? $10 super chat. Now today, you guys, if you go over to the Egotastic Community YouTube page, you'll see a link. You'll see a video. You don't even see the link. You'll just see the video. Pranikasha Productions put out the first Orville Star Trek crossover. It's going to be a mini-series, actually. And I'm in it. If you guys want to see me commanding my own Planetary Union ship in the Star Trek universe, you want to check out Pranikasha Productions' Egotastic Trek video, just released today. Part 1 of a bunch of parts. Isn't that right, Matt? All right, Tom, thanks for stopping by. I'm actually going to be stopping this stream in about 5 or 10 minutes, you guys, so I can get prepared for the Twitch watch party of The Boys. Season 2, Episode 5, the latest episode that just premiered this morning, last night, depending on your time zone. Great episode. Great episode. We're going to watch it together on Twitch really soon, within the hour. Yeah, the real stripping tip is no singles. They got to use $2 bills. Dollar bills, y'all. You actually get more if you use Hamilton's. Is it Hamilton's? Jackson's or Franklin's. I have 2 Orville hats. I got Orville hats right back there. I got Season 1 Orville hat. I got Season 2 Orville hat. The Season 3, they don't have a hat. Season 3, they made beanies. I don't have a Season 3 beanie. Almost nobody does. I was talking with Jay Lee last month. and he was showing me his season 3 Orville beanie, but he's like, he just took it from the set. He took it from somebody. They didn't give him one. He just saw one and he grabbed it. So not very many people have the season 3 beanie, but eventually I'll get one some way somehow. Somebody will give in and they'll send it over to me at some point. Ooh, Nerd of Anarchy. Raised by Wolves is very high on my list of things to watch on HBO Max. I have not watched it yet, but I hear very good things about it. I hear very good things, but I have not gotten around to watching it yet. Boimler and Tindy ship. Approve or disapprove? I don't understand the ship part. Boimler and Tindy ship. Approve or disapprove? I don't know what that means. But I'd like to understand it because I would love to have an opinion on that. I don't understand the context as of yet. Oh, a couple? Boimler and Tindy? Hook up? No, that won't happen. They're obviously setting it up for Boimler and Mariner to have some sort of chemistry, romantic chemistry, and Tindy and Rutherford are being set up to have chemistry. So I definitely would disapprove. But also, hey, why don't they go ahead and try it? They might have an episode where they try it, and it's like, no, it doesn't work. But actually, I don't think Tindy and Boimler have that strong of a friendship yet. But no, I don't think that'll happen. They're setting it up for Mariner and Boimler. I think Mariner's reluctantly a little bit more interested in Boimler than Boimler is in her, but that'll probably change. Oh, is it? Ship is the term kids use today to make people a couple. That's new on me, Huckbone. But now I know. You guys are keeping me hip and with it. Do you guys think they'll ship? Kind of like when Amazon, you order two different things on Amazon, but they say you can ship them together. You could check off the little box if you want to ship them together. Make them a couple. Boom, I get it. Got it from watching anime. Ooh, they're going to ship so hard tonight, you guys. Shipping initially derived from the word relationship. Oh. Well, that actually makes sense. You think they're going to relate? Maybe they're going to relation. No, will you ship? Is it desired by fans for two or more people, either real life people or fictional characters, to be in a romantic relationship? Okay. Yeah, I would say disapprove. I mean, they can do what they want, those characters, but I wouldn't root for that. I'm actually not rooting for any. The only relationship I'm rooting for in that show is Tindy and Rutherford. I mean, since episode 1, I was like, yeah, those two got to get together. No Orville news as of yet. I've had plenty of contact with people from the Orville. I've talked to Tom the last week or two. I've talked to Jay Lee in the last week or two. No news. The only news really is Fox is hoping to have them back in the studio next month in October. Don't know if that'll happen because nobody knows what's going to happen because the way the world is right now with this pandemic. But that's what Fox wants. They're trying to get things set up and figured out so that season 3 can go back and return to production next month. But there's no guarantees on that. From some words that were used, I have a feeling a season 3 trailer will be coming out very soon. I don't know this for sure, but certain words that were said to me made me feel that I could possibly have reason to believe that a season 3 trailer will be coming out very soon. I'm thinking possibly next month during New York Comic Con. Yes, there is New York Comic Con. It's a virtual Comic Con, I believe, but it's still a Comic Con. The Orville didn't do anything except for just really give shout outs to itself at the San Diego Virtual Comic Con. But I think they are planning something for the New York Comic Con. Any good shows coming out on VOT Plus? No, none. Nothing but superhero shows about the Seven. That's it. I'm kind of over the seven movies. It's like A-Train this, Homelander that, Maeve this. Though the new Maeve one gets a little sexy in it. But not in the way that fanboys are going to want. Or will they? I mean, I hope it happens because it seems the case number of COVID is dropping more and more. So that's good. Where are you living where that's happening? I know that's not the case in the United States. Maybe in New York, it might be dropping. But yeah, it'll be a virtual event. But New York was so high with it that I don't think they have anywhere to go but to drop. Not a lot, but they have nowhere else to go but down. But yeah, the Comic-Con will be virtual. All right, James Owen, I'll see you on Twitch. Yeah, it's about time to end this stream, you guys. It's always good to talk about Star Trek and nerdy stuff and make fun of The Walking Dead and rise up together with our new force that is not to be messed with. Egotastic. I don't have a name for us yet. Egotastic FunTime community, but we gotta have more than that. We're standing for fandom. I don't have a name for that. Eventually we'll have a name. You gotta have a name, right? You guys think about it. You guys come up with a name for us to help support each other online with. That when we use that little keyword, that hashtag, people know what's up. So let's start thinking of a hashtag, you guys. And I'll see you guys over on, VOT Plus. Hashtag VOT Plus is what we should use, Mark. I'll see you guys over on Twitch in 28 minutes. Link is down below. Thank you for all your support. I'll see you very soon. And as always, I hope all your times are egotastic fun times. See you over there.